Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know what happened to Chris Christie. He seemed to be like, or acts like he was bitten by a rabid dog or something. In the past maybe year, he escalated the attacks, frontal attacks on Trump, and I understand him from the perspective of campaigning, but the things get nastier. And how should I put it? You can look at a candidate and you see if the candidate is focused on building something and presenting his vision of the future and how he will fix things, or if the person is fixated on attacking other candidates. And unfortunately, I used to like Chris Christie when he was in New Jersey. He was the governor. I liked him for a little bit, but then it seems like he went down and down and down. And now, about a week ago, he visited Ukraine. So for me, that was, the lowest point for this guy. Before they used to go to Jerusalem, at the weeping, wailing wall or something, remember? Almost all future presidents of the United States of America went over there and cried a little bit, put a little note in the wall, and then get out and put their little yarmulke, whatever it's called, and get the hell out of her. And then you would see, okay, was this guy in Jerusalem? Yeah, he's going to get elected. Was this guy was not? No, he was not. The powers of God were at work. So it seems like now Jerusalem is changed with Kiev. They have to go to Kiev and cry a little bit over there at the theme park that those guys keep preserved, where they bring the Western or idiot leaders and show, damage here, which is damage, but they keep that like that to somehow, which has no connection whatsoever one with the other, to shame them, to morally disarm them for no reason, What is Christie's fault that those guys are fighting the other guys? It's not Christie's fault, but his buddies. So he returned from Ukraine. I was like, and he gave Zelensky the original, I think, of Bon Jovi, one of Bon Jovi's written notes of a song. I can't remember the name of the song, but anyway. I think Bon Jovi is from New Jersey, if I remember correctly, or something like this, or that area, New York, New Jersey. So he's just sucking one after another. He just give it to me right now, and he gets it. And what happened now? He attacked not only Tucker Carlson, but he attacked his viewers. I was one of his viewers. I didn't watch him on Fox News. I watched him on YouTube, but since he was, fired, however you want to call it, I don't really care. The fact is he's not working with Fox News anymore. He is low-key a little bit as it was on Fox News. Why? Because of promotion. Before you had it on YouTube, had him Tucker on Fox News. Now we don't have him on anything else but Twitter and whom else invites him where. So here we have Christie attacking Tucker Carlson, and that to me was very surprising, very surprising. And when you're surprised, that means you did not anticipate that. And unfortunately, I didn't see that coming. Now, as I see Chris Christie right now, from 10 being fantastic, 0 being 0, I give him a negative 20. And Tucker, obviously, I give him a 7. All right, 7. I don't give him more than 7. Between 7 and let's say 7.5. Why? Because I've seen others of 10 in my life, and I'm like, okay. So if all you saw is Tucker Carlson, or you heard is Tucker Carlson, and he's your 10, I gotta tell you, there are people over there, or were over there, that still are, that are way above that. All right, let's read this little article here coming from Business Insider. Chris Christie knocks Tucker Carlson when asked if he would go on his Twitter show. My first question would be, why not? And this is his answer. I go to places that have real ratings and real listeners. Okay, so is this his way of dealing with us? It's a transactional thing. You vote for me, I'm going to talk to you. Don't vote for me, I'm not going to talk to you. So yeah, he makes, I'm going to read further. The initial statement is that, and then he realized he was a dumbass, and he's going to water it down. So we're going to get to that little statement. Here's Jesus Christ. All right. Chris Christie knocked Tucker Carlson when asked if he would appear on his new show. Christie said he prefers programs, and I'm quoting, that have real ratings and real listeners. Yes, this is what these guys like to, it's the same thing to report. It's like the same with Friedrich Nietzsche, the German great philosopher, that I like a lot. Is it politically incorrect still to say it? No, nevertheless, I will fucking say it. When he said God is dead, everyone knows that. Oh, Nietzsche said God is dead. Oh my God. Well, they don't look what he said next. After that, he said, and we killed him. And if you look at the whole thesis that he made about that, or point, is very different to, oh, God is dead. Oh, he's an atheist. That's why they call him that. Oh, he's an idiot. He's an atheist. No, he just blames the for destroying the, how should I put it, religious beliefs, the Christian Middle Eastern beliefs. It's so strange how we got buffaloed into as, but hey, I'm not going to talk about people who really, really, really love that. You borrow someone else's thing for, okay, whatever. Let's move on. Carlson now hosts a show on Elon Musk's Twitter. And I'm quoting here. I'm not anxious to go and do a show that's platform is on Twitter. So he said that he doesn't want to go on Twitter. Okay, I don't know why. The GOP presidential hopeful told conservative radio host Hugh Hewitt. Okay, and I'm quoting. And so I go to places places that have real ratings and real listeners like yours here. And you know, I'm not saying that I'll never go on any of those places, but I'm prioritizing where I want to go. So he changed. If you stop right here, yes, it sounds like, really? I will hear from you, Christie, if you are on Tucker. If you're not on Tucker, I will not listen to you. So I'm like you know, because I take certain kind of programs where I know you're gonna be asked questions. You're not gonna play ball, and the guy, the host is gonna just give you. So how many pounds did you lose lately? You work out? Yes. You look very good. I like your tie. It matches everything. That's great. I don't like those kind of things. I want people to ask you substantive questions. No, things that matter. So he says, I'm not going to go to Tucker. I'm going to go to real listeners like yours right here. And he realized and said, oh shit, maybe I was too tough and I'm going to lose, I don't know, a lot of people who might have voted for me, or maybe, started liking you more now. So if I don't watch Chris Christie if he goes to CNN, Fox News, or other locations like that, like BS, but I would watch him, or I would get to see what he says about the policies as a president, what he thinks about his worldview if he goes to Tucker. Because I know Tucker will ask him questions. That's all. But the fact that he thinks that way, and probably he referred, I will try to defend him a little bit. Maybe he wanted to say that I'm not going to go to those places where there are fake accounts and there's no rating and so on. But still, he can't be so idiotic, I don't know about Christie, not to realize how things work and how Tucker still has, I think, if not the biggest base of fans or people who watch him. I don't watch idiots, I don't watch in general, but I watch Tucker from time to time. So he gets in people that others would not get. So I think for Chris Christie there would be a fantastic location to go. It's not like he goes to, let's say, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is also different, but he would not have Trump. Why is that? Why Joe Rogan never had, and he said he will not have, Donald Trump? I don't know if he's not going to have it in the future, but he was asked this question, I think, in a radio interview and his show, podcast, however we want to call it, the Rogan Experience, I think it's called. He had this guy, I can't remember his name. I watched his show once or twice, especially when he had Anthony Weiner. Yeah, that guy, Anthony Weiner, he had it on his show, and Anthony Weiner freaked out on this guy's show like crazy. Why? Because they were talking about the Clintons. You should just listen to that. I don't know what the hell that was, but Anthony was lost his cool, and he said things and acted like a very bad. I mean, if you would be to investigate that guy and you look at his behavior and the way he acts, it's like, what is going on here? The Clintons got you balls or what? Anyway, watch that if you want. I can't remember the name. RC something, RC, I don't even know his name. So, yeah, Christie, don't go to Tucker and we will not know what you think about real issues, but we know you're an idiot by saying that about, I'm not going to show to Tucker's show. Doesn't have anything to Tucker, but the show and real listeners. Like what? I'm a real listener, and I'm not going to listen to you if you go to anybody else over there. I mean, you're not going to go to, see, I don't know, Jordan Peterson or something, I'm guessing. All right, so I'm not going to watch you. So I will not hear what you actually stand for. I just said that you have a little bit, you're ahead of your skis, and he attacks Trump. Trump talks with the crowd and calls him pig, but he didn't call him pig. He said, well, don't call him pig, you know how it is. You're not an idiot. No, I never said you're an idiot. No, you're not an idiot. And you repeat that, obviously. You said it 50 times already. You called the guy that. But cheap democratic way of getting elected. This is the democracy. They don't come in front and, hey, this is what I think I do good, and it's what I think this guy doesn't do good. You know, his policy sucks because of this. Mine are perfect. No, he got a small thing, he's short, he's fat and bow-legged and no hair or something. Or his wife, the neighbor guy. This is it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if you have an educated society as ours, you know, we'd ignore this kind of cheap shots and say, hey, boo, come on, talk about real things, because we're talking about political stuff here, not about the cha-cha-cha, tell me about a story about his wife. I don't really care about that one. If I want to find that out, not from you. But these guys are gauging the audience, and in any, how do you call it, lecture or debate, you gauge your audience and kind of gauge what you want to achieve. You want to win the audience, and you gauge the level and the culture, and then you skew your own the speech based on the audience. If the audience is low intelligence, well, you dumb it down to their level, and you fool them with certain things because you think they're, most of them, that way. If they're more sophisticated, obviously you switch it in a different way. If they wear ties and, you know, suits, again, you behave in a certain way. If they wear this and that, you're gonna use different kind of language. You have to identify yourself. You have to win them over. So, democracy and the sophistication of the electorate. So, Chris Christie, I think he makes mistakes one after another. Trump is as he is with that, but that's why he probably appeals to a lot of us to a certain extent. But the problem is when you are offered two options that both of them kind of suck. What are they going to do? Not vote, not participate in the system. The problem is you don't participate, others will participate, and they elect this and elect that, and then you say, that's the level? Couldn't they see through these people? I'm talking about, let's say, Biden. Couldn't you notice that that guy is not there? Or Kamala Harris? Really? One of the persons that I have ever... Anyway. What's the level of the electorate? Did they vote, oh, we don't like that guy, we like this guy? Why didn't they just say, no, we refuse. You bring us candidates. I can't believe that these guys are the creme de la creme of the US society. But it is. They are. Why? Because they're just front people, front men, the ones behind. They say, let's give these guys this one, let's give them that, so we can cuts. As I said, next one is going to be a guy in coma elected as a president. Why? How can you manipulate a person easier than being in a coma? Right now, this guy's like, easy way. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.